to stand out or to blend in. This dilemma in SHTF scenarios corresponds to the famous dilemma of to be or not to be in all life situations, including survival ones. The firstly mentioned dilemma is not easy to deal with, but it is mainly recommended to keep a low profile and stay unnoticed, for your own safety and peace. Actually, there is a whole theory on this concept, known as the gray man theory. To be a gray man, you need to blend into any surroundings, without drawing attention to yourself, especially to your survival skills and abilities. You need to be able to hide in plain sight, which can keep you away from some troubles. And you shouldn't provoke any troubles by revealing your skills, intentions, and resources. This is easier said than done, but not impossible. The whole concept of the gray man theory is based on some scientific knowledge, as well as military and intelligence experience. Yet it is not a rocket science and you don't need to become a modern ninja. You may ask, is it really possible to hide in plain sight? The answer is yes, thanks to your brain. Namely, this hectic lifestyle bombs us with a myriad of various sorts of information, which affect our sensory system. To keep us safe and sound, our mind filters this information and focuses on things that matter. To exemplify, imagine you are walking in a busy street. You are passing by many people and vehicles. Although you see all of them, you can't remember all of them. Even if you are good at remembering faces, you will only recall a gigantic woman, or a man dressed in one color only. Anyone who looks extraordinary in some way, this is the result of filtering out. This is the catch with a gray person, to take advantage of this to stay under the radar. If you are able to look and act like everybody else, no one will notice you. The experiment with an invisible gorilla fortifies this theory. In this experiment, a few people were supposed to watch the video of 6 people passing a basketball around. These 6 people were wearing white or black shirts. The task of the observers was to count passes made by people in white shirts. While people were moving around and passing the ball, a person in a gorilla suit slowly walked through the scene, thumping their chest. The result was that about half of the volunteers never noticed the gorilla. This experiment shows that our brain chooses information selectively. The skill of blending in practically increases your chances to be safe when an SHTF scenario occurs. If you don't draw attention, you can move faster. As a gray person, you will decrease the chance of other people approaching you, for whatever reason. There are some survival situations when resources run out and some people start stealing. In that case, you shouldn't leave the impression of a true survivalist or prepper in order not to become a target for those who want to get your gear or supplies, thus providing themselves with a ticket to survive. Be dumbfounded to protect your dearest and your supplies. These benefits of a gray person make everyone wish to start acting that way. Notwithstanding, you need much more than the decision. It takes time and training. Briefly, it is all about being natural. This blending in practice is related to a person's capability to notice potential obstacles and dangers, while preserving a low-profile appearance. Here is a closer look at a few essential tips for the way of becoming a gray man. What people first notice is the way you look. You need to look ordinary. So, no unusual clothing items or hairstyles. No camouflage pants or bright colors, fancy shoes. Your backpack needs to be ordinary and plain as well. You should know that anything that stands out is even more noticeable in emergencies. How you move and act matters a lot. The most important advice is going with the flow. You need to behave as if you are supposed to be there. In other words, you should look natural. Just don't make fast movements. And walk with purpose. Indeed, you can't be invisible, but work on avoiding making any kind of lasting impression. Your gear should be put in a safe place. That means hidden. You don't want everyone to know about what you have. Even if you have the same items as most people around, do not reveal the real state of your prepared items. Strong scents need to be completely avoided. It is the best not to leave any scent trail. A lot of people have a well-developed connection between their memories and sense of smell. You should be neither noticeable nor remembered in any way. Though sharing is caring, this time, when it's about your prepping plans, the saying is not applicable. It is not applicable if you want to stay a gray man. In those difficult SHTF situations, you don't need some extra burden, because people know that you are the one with resources and emergency valuables. Loose lips sink ships. This video presents just an insight into the basics of the gray person theory. Knowing about the benefits and tips for becoming a gray person is a solid starting point for developing skills of a true gray person. So although you have skills and knowledge of a prepper, you need to work on their upgrading, which includes how to go under the radar. Tough times ask for right measures. There is little space for mistakes in these SHTF situations. Being plain and ordinary can save you and your dearest.